happy to get a win. Happy to play a lot of guys, get an opportunity. Good to see Trevin play. He got winded early, but good to see him out there. You can see, his talent level, his length, his athleticism. I really enjoyed how Kobe played the game, and it's not so much his production as far as double-double, just really how he really tries to lead now, becoming more vocal in every game. So it's really fun to see. And then see Anton make some shots. We only made 2, but to get him to go, that was good too. To see him make shots because he's a different player when he can make shots and open things up for us. So again, happy with production from a lot of guys, and great to get a win.
Questions?
Cuonzo, you went to the freshmen a little earlier than you have. Do you have a little more faith in them? Obviously, Trevon hasn't played, but
yeah, I mean, definitely. We spent. I think minor injuries here and there. I think Caleb would be in better rotation if he didn't have those injuries and stuff he was dealing with in the summer. So he's coming around now a lot better. Anton, I just think it's a matter when his shot goes, he's a different player. And when he's making shots, you have to guard us differently, open things up. You need him out there, and he continues to grow. But you can see the progress in practice. Oftentimes you can't see it in the games, but you can see his progress in practice. He stays hungry. He wants to be a good player. And then obviously Trevin's a talented guy, and just a matter of getting his legs under him. Didn't get Yaya opportunity as much tonight just because we felt like the lineups and how they played and how they would defend us, because they have a guy on their staff who's a part of our program. And Q Peterson has done a great job. So a lot of things we were trying to do, they were familiar with. So I just felt like with some experience and just roll with that.
Can you give us a little bit more information about why Boogie wasn't in tonight and if he's going to be back for Kansas?
Just not meeting team expectations.
Is he going to be back for the Kansas game?
We'll see.
Cuonzo, it seems like Anton's distribution game is something the offense really needed at times. Just how important is that to his game? You said when his shots fall, but how is it important just his passing?
Very, very, to make plays. I mean, he's fast. He's fast north and south. And now it's just he has to get better in traffic with body, size, length, athleticism. Sometimes he guard physical point guards, or bigger physical point guards are defending him. So use his quickness, use his shifty ball handling skills, but to be able to make decisions. But whenever he's a threat at the rim, because he turned the corner of the ball screen, made a play when he's a threat to make three-point shots, then you have to guard him differently. Now, when I thought he missed Ronnie on the dive in the ball screen, but now he's able to make those type of plays. But again, when fortunately and unfortunately, sometimes guys gauge their games on the shot going in, and they play differently. But for him, it worked out tonight.
Coach, what was your take on the guys' defensive performance? You guys gave up the least amount of points since Northern Illinois tonight.
Not bad. Still got ways to go. I think, if there's a percentage, I'll say we're probably 60% of where we like to be defensively, because it's just you have to be on a string. You have to be relentless with it, and we have to find ways to get Jordan on the floor, and Jordan has to help us because we need him with that size and that body, and we need him to commit to it because it's a tough road to hold. And I thought Kobe and Ronnie did an admirable job. He guarding physical low post guys because they post and they duck in deep. And I thought they did a great job of moving their feet, but also the perimeter guys putting pressure on the passers so they couldn't get easy post touches.
We saw Trevin go up for a few of those dunks. Can he bring something to this team that maybe you guys need?
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, when you're talking, and again, it's been a lot of great players that have played here, but when you're talking athleticism, length, he's up there, whatever that is. I mean, he has that in him. Again, and not being able to work out so much, so he's lost a little muscle here and there, and obviously his conditioning. But once he get it and get going, yeah, and he can make three-point shots. He's a good player. Yeah.
Do you feel like he could potentially play a larger role or play more minutes once?
Oh yeah, I mean, we felt like I thought, before he went down, I thought he had an opportunity to be a starter for us without question.
This is your guys' largest win over a Division I opponent. Just knowing how tough the schedule gets from here, just what can a win like this do for a team confidence-wise?
Well, I've always been a guy, and I don't know if I got it from my elementary school coach or my high school coach. You never take wins for granted because you never know when you get the next one. And even those years, we had a lot of success. But so that always stuck with me, just understanding you value wins. Because they're important. You work hard to get them, and you practice to get them. And you never. And I've never been one to take any opponent for granted. So I respect all opponents. I just like where we are in practice, and we have to find a way to get off to better starts. I thought the guys did a great job of trying to share the ball, so I thought it was too much sharing as opposed to attacking. But we'll iron that thing out.
With sharing the ball, you guys incorporated the kick-out pass a little bit more today than you have in past games, especially in the first half. Is that something we'll see more of this season? What do you think that does for us?
Well, I just think it's simply basketball, just making the right plays, making the right decisions, moving the ball. We're better when the ball and body moves. It gives us a better chance as we continue to grow and learn each other, especially when you're not making three-point shots. So we have to put pressure on. We have to do a great job of getting in the paint. So every chance we can get in the paint, get in the paint, get in the paint. So that's offensive rebounds, free throws, then kick out for threes. But don't pass up open threes because they'll fall for you.
Coach, you've kind of preached this team being gritty before, grabbing 14 offensive rebounds. How does that help the offense and with that hustle and that grit by the team?
Well, we're not as gritty as I'd like it to be. I mean, we're working toward that. We're working toward that, and they're getting it every day because it's not easy, especially when you hadn't been built to play that way all the time. It's being gritty and tough and hard-nosed defending. Nobody walk out the house and say, I want to be that. Everybody walks out, I want to shoot threes and dunk the ball. But you understand the importance and the value of being gritty and tough and hard-nosed. You need that because, like I said to the guys, if you miss three-point shots, but we defended, we rebounded, we played hard. So if you go into every game like this, so now when the shot's falling, then you're at a high level, but you can't get consumed with if the shot doesn't fall, then that dictates how you play the game. And that takes time, that takes maturity. I mean, Kobe understands it, Javon's understand it, but it takes maturity for guys to know the importance of that.
What do you think the biggest takeaway is for this game going into, the big rivalry game on Saturday?
Oh, you got to win. You got to win. You got to get better. We have to get better. That's it. And then the next one, it presents itself as a talented team, and we'll be ready to go.
In games like tonight, when you're heavily favored, what are your expectations for the guys, and do you think they were up to it tonight?
Well, when you're growing as a team, now obviously if you're talking a year from now, you got all these guys, and you analyze a lot of different things. The first thing you're trying to do is get a win. We always try to gauge if guys are playing as hard as they can play. You're sharing the basketball, and then individual production from guys. What you want to see from guys? You want to see guys that are three-point shooters. Don't pass up a shot just because you missed one before. So little things from each individual team. Now we have team goals, but just individually, spreading the floor, passing the ball, hitting the open man, ball and body movement, a lot of that, and then just kind of playing off Kobe when you can.
Cuonzo, I know you respect everybody you play, especially Coach Simmons. Does this point in the schedule now go to a different level just because of who you've got coming up the rest of the way? No more mid-majors?
Oh, I simply say it's a street fight from this point on, and just as what it is. I mean, as a player, as a coach, I love it. I look forward to it. I mean, that's why you do this. I wouldn't want it any other way if I was a player. Tremendous opportunities, and we'll be ready to battle.
Looking ahead to, go ahead. Looking ahead to Kansas on Saturday, what are some of the good things you saw tonight that you want to repeat in that game?
First, the win. That's the first one. But you have to play hard. I mean, it'll be a tremendous atmosphere. So that'll be what it'll be. So just maintain your composure first and foremost. Continue to attack, offensive rebound, get into the paint, and play basketball. I mean, once the ball is tipped, I mean, maybe the energy here and there is basketball. At least I've always thought that. No matter where you play, it's the game. And whatever's on the floor, take care of business there.
We'll take last one from there.
Cuonzo, you mentioned in the past, with NCAA tournament games, bragging rights games, that every game is a big game, and it's just still basketball. Is Saturday more the exception to the rule, or are you still feeding into that kind of thinking with how people are reading to Saturday?
My job is the same, to prepare our guys to win a basketball game. And I've said it before, Eric, the stage, the fans, the atmosphere, the states it presents, they'll take care of that. I have to make sure I take care of what's on the floor, and we're prepared to win a basketball game. Yes.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
You guys all hang tight. We have Anton